Hey, what up, gang? James Rice. Let's go live real quick. Let's warm this thing up. It's Friday. Great day. Well, they're all great. Let's warm it up. Let's invite your crew, your community. Let's see who jumps on. Let's see if we can share a couple ideas. Had a couple phone calls this morning. A couple text messages. Want to share those with you in hopes that it gives you an idea or two that you can put into work. Okay? What up? Sarah, how are you? I'll say this a couple times. Sarah, Tammy, Chelsea, Kay, Michelle, come to Vegas. Private message me. When are you arriving? When are you leaving? Come to Beatles Love with us. If not, grab a ticket. Tell you this funny thing. People are like, I'm not a Beatles fan. People, there's not a person on earth that's less of a Beatles fan than me. I mean, huge. I don't listen to any of their music. And the funny thing is, all of us probably like 8 of their songs, you know? Anyway, seen the show twice. Wouldn't miss it. It's amazing. When you coming? When are you leaving? Who's your ride or die that's coming with you? When are they coming? When are they leaving? Beatles Love, questions about it, got a ticket. And then Saturday morning is the hike. So that's what we want to do. That's what we want to round up. Chelsea, good to see you. How's your ankle? Crew, where do I want to start today? A couple thoughts. I'm running a little late, only because I backed up against my 10 a.m. workout partner. So, my Rise and Shine this morning. Who's got that with them? Isn't it funny? I just sent the thing out. And, I know what it's talking about. Like, life is not about, anyway, but it's about creating yourself. And I love that piece. It's like, it's one of my favorite memes because I bet Robert Goins going to write it for me maybe. But it's one of my favorites because it's amazing how many of us are in life taking what it kind of gives to us. In fact, yeah, we dream and think about dreaming, but I don't think we really believe that those dreams could come true. And a lot of people will say, well, because this is life now, and I'm married, got a partner, got a couple kids, got horses, dogs, you have created this life. And so that life that I dreamt about isn't really life. Life is really this hard stuff that gets thrown at you, and we're just living until we retire. Actually, it baffles me, and I laugh every day as I see people who are living for retirement. Let's get this straight. You're thinking the best years of your life are going to be from 60-something through 80-something, 20 years, versus just having an amazing age 30 to 60. And so the only reason why you may think that is because you're surviving, you're holding on to the tiger by the tail. So you being the tiger and everyone's holding on to your tail and you're heading to amazingness and you're bringing them to amazingness, you're holding on, just hoping. So here's what I thought. Thank you, Robert Goins. Life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. I think many of us, again, when we're younger, we're thinking about creating it, what our marriage is going to be like, and our family, and our kids, and our home, and our fitness, and our faith, and our finances. And when it doesn't happen, again, we simply give up believing that what we're at and where we're at is who we are and what we're destined to. But that simply is not true. If it was, then my first semester of college would be a C 2 Fs, smoking weed and watching A-Team reruns, not working out, no direction would be me now. But, and I'm not saying I have all that, and it's definitely not guaranteed that I'll get to keep it, but now I have a finance degree from the University of Iowa. Not something that just came from a book. What's up, Jen? Not something that just came out of a cereal box. And like most people say, I have some muscles. Well, where do they come from? And I have, what else did I talk about? And I have an open relationship with my father where I could call to him and just talk to him, and my mom too. And so I have these pieces that once upon a time I didn't have. And here's an important thing to remember. Where you're at is not who you are, it's just where you are. Where you're at is not who you are, it's just where you are. And so now here's the interesting piece, okay? Especially in this month of March, which is a noun, but we've turned it into a verb. So we're going to move to where we want to be, okay? So a couple interesting thoughts along that line. So Here's a piece to ponder. As you lay out, and take a second today, tomorrow, lay out your faith, fitness, family, friendships, and finances. Where do you want to be? Where are you at? And what are you going to do? Here's the most interesting, important piece to me of all is what are the distractions that are in there? So here, I had a phone call this morning, or a text message this morning with someone who's going to Vegas, can't afford. So they want to build their business. They want to be a business person. In fact, they show up on leaderboards and they get highlighted for what they're doing, and they want to grow a business. Sounds like the perfect storm, correct? Well, oh, hey, Joletta. Joletta, it warms my heart to see you on and say hello to Roger. Hope you're enjoying your family. Love you to death. Appreciate you. Without you, I wouldn't be me. So if you're wondering what pulls James Rice's puppet strings, some is my own personal. We've got Danny here, and you got Joletta. She's amazing. So anything you want to add or chime in, Joletta, I'll try to watch the notes. So now I got to circle back to what I was talking about. So, which makes it hard for Danny to create reels and stuff because I'm all over the yard. But now as I come back, so this person, again, is getting highlighted on leaderboards, getting highlighted on Zoom. I hope that she's not on this thing. I don't think she is. Cool. Because I know she'll be offended by it. Because it's funny when people say where they want to go, but they consistently and constantly do things that are contrary. It's crazy because they don't want to hear about that. They don't want that to show up. They just want to be highlighted on the leaderboard, highlighted on the Zooms, whatever. They want to be highlighted on stuff. They want to talk about where they want to be, but their actions, like going to Vegas, people, being in the community at a bigger scale is a huge step. Okay, it gets you out of your local regional shell and opens your world and your mind to additional teaching and additional people. That being said, so I said to him, hey, you go to Beatles Love. She says, holy cow, I'm just fortunate I'm going to Beatles Love. I'm just fortunate I'm even going to Vegas because I just bought a new motorcycle. Wow, so you want to be on the leaderboard, you want to drive people. I haven't heard from her, hardly Zoomed with her, doesn't call and check in with me. I don't know who's helping her guide her business. In fact, I asked her, you have some people who are on the fence about Vegas. I gotta make sure. Yeah, wait, let me see this. No, wait, I have my shorts on. These are my favorite shorts. If you look at Brian Underwood's Instagram, Brian Underwood has the same shorts. That's where I found them and purchased them. So, that's where I first saw them. So here she is wanting these pieces on a tight budget. And instead of putting that time and energy and money into her business, number one, or she's putting it into her new motorcycle. I never even heard about her wanting that new motorcycle. I've heard about her hopes and dreams of wanting this business so she can do this business full time, and she wants to grow people. But now I see her actions are a new motorcycle. I'm not begrudging any of you to do anything, okay? What I'm saying is if you're not reaching your hopes and dreams in your faith, fitness, family, friendships, and finances, I encourage you to look at yourself and what you're doing with your time. Here's an interesting piece, and Joletta can validate this. So you've all heard I make, a little bit of money and have. And so do you think I can have more stuff? No, instead, let's put it this way. I spend money each month on Joletta to have her help me with my website and my book so that I can grow. I can take that few $1,000s a month and put that into some cool stuff, and you would go, wow. And my social medias, Danny helps with all of it, creates it. That money could go into some more cool stuff. But I choose, and I hope that I'm eating my own cooking, I choose to put my time into those things that are going to grow when I say I want to grow. Are you? Are you? Book, yes, Noel Foster. Are your actions in alignment with what you say your hopes and dreams are? So here's a couple pieces real quick. First of all, you say, well, you don't understand. I got a husband, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got kids, I got this, I got this. Not begrudging you any of it. Not begrudging. You're choosing where to put your time. It's funny. Most guys will go, wow, I'd like to be a professional athlete. Wow, I'd like to be this. Wow, I'd like to be a rock star. Wow, I'd like to be this. Do you know how many of those rock stars, professional athletes that you envy are coaching their kids' sports, are attending their kids' practices, Or attending all of their dance recitals? 0. People, if you're going to be amazing beyond what you already are, there's going to be, I'm not even going to say sacrifices, because there's no matter what you do, there's a give and take. I don't even want to call them sacrifice. I guess you can call that. I just am calling them choices. I don't feel like I'm sacrificing not going out at night and partying and spending more money. It's not a sacrifice to me at all. I want to spend time with my girlfriend. I want to be in bed early, and I want to be up and ready to go. And I want to be sharp and energetic. So when I do a Zoom Live or whatever it is, you get me. Okay. And I want to stay in shape so I don't eat and drink some of those things. So it's not a sacrifice to me at all. Those are all decisions I make to get where I say I want to go. And if you see me not getting where I want to go, then what I do is I look at and go, what are you not doing that you should be doing? And what are you doing that you need to stop doing? Twyla is a good example. Carrie, all of you, we chat this. I got to read this Joletta stuff. We've chatted this many times, people. Here are the steps to growing your faith. Here are the steps to growing your relationship. Here are the steps to growing your fitness. Here are the steps to growing your finance. And they're not even my steps. Okay, maybe a couple of more. They're steps that people handed down to me. They're time-tested, true systems. When I get Jen for Valentine's Day, flowers. Oh, what a great idea, James Rice. No, people have been doing it for years. Okay? And went out either shopping or dinner, or probably both. That's what she likes to do. Wow, that's amazing, James Rice. You sure are smart. No, that's what you do, you know? So it's super, super important. And I love listening to people chat with me about what they want out of their relationships, what they want out of their faith, what they want. But hold on, I got to go for I got to spend money on this first. I got to spend my time doing this first. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Okay? You want to come to Vegas. You want to be close to the mix. You want to participate, but you can't because you participate in your hobbies, your fun was more important than your foundation, your fundamentals, what you said were your hopes and dreams. Ponder that a little bit. Let's see what Gillette has to say. I might need my glasses. I hope this makes sense. Check that out, Gillette. Westside Cafe. Boom. I don't know what that talk about. Those two. That's what my reply was. So if you guys aren't following Joletta, and actually she doesn't share that much, but I definitely want to take her and like toss her into the mix because she's like a little Yoda compared with the Energizer Bunny, an amazing combination of brains and heart. No wonder she's successful. That was my reply to high school students when they claimed grades were important, but they spent the entire class slumped in their seat, staring at their phones and asking, what? Every time I call on them to join this class discussion, see, I should have Joletta doing these lives and in this live with me. That's what she wants to do, is get on camera. So, and I can call a bunch of you out. It's funny how many of you want to run it. I'm not going to go with that one. Let's leave that one. Oh, here's another one I had today. Here's another tip. So I had a person today, we were chatting about connecting, okay? And they're saying so-and-so doesn't connect, or doesn't connect. I'm like, so when you asked her, hey, can I ask you kind of a silly, goofy question? Because I want to make sure I have some information so I can help you the best. Yes, you can. Awesome. I've been taught from the leaders, people who are making the most money, the most success in this community, that connecting our people to somebody, a third party, is valuable so you can see the value in the community. They can see they don't have to do it. It's a simple, duplicatable system. There's multiple reasons. I notice you're not connecting your people to me or to Justin. Why is that? Ask them. Where do you want to be in this community? If you could wave a magic wand, where do you see prove it in your life? I don't know. Well, I'll give you a couple thoughts that I would look at. Okay, I want to get product as cheap as possible, inexpensive as possible. I would like to make some money, part-time money, $500 a month. full-time money, 5 grand a month, money. I would like to help other people because people are hurting and they're looking for belief and they're looking for a solution. Where do you fit? Ask them. Don't go on and on and on telling them and telling them and telling them. You ask them what they want. I mean, that's like me going to a restaurant and the waitress keeps coming up and asking me if I want whiskey. Do you want whiskey again? Do you want whiskey again? I don't know what, you know what I mean? Our Coke products are amazing. You want a Coke? Want a Coke? Want a Coke? Why don't you ask me what I want to drink? Does that make sense? Ponder that. What up, Perrin? What up, Robert? Boom, boom, boom. I better look at my book. Let me look at my book real quick. Okay, but I can't look at my book without my glasses. Oh, happy St. Patty's Day. You know, I think I told a couple people it was St. Patty's Day with 2 T's. I guess it's Patty's. Oh, here's another one. Leaders. And you can private message me. Don't put it. When are you coming to Vegas? And when are you leaving? Who in your crew is coming with you? Are you going to Beatles Love? Message me, private message me. Twyla McLean. I want a list of who's coming with you and when. Jamie Alexander, double D's. That's interesting. You know what they're talking about in Proverbs, which is one a great book to read every day, that just a complete little primer, lessons for life, wisdom, applied knowledge, wisdom. They're talking about sparks fly upward. Anyway, it's funny when people are talking about suffering, and they say that Western people are traumatized more than others because we have too much faith in our technology and our democratic institutions, and we are conditioned by our secular materialistic culture to seek most of our happiness in fragile things like looks, good wealth, big watch, muscles, big house, friends, and pleasure. You know, it's funny. It's funny, you know, when I was flunking out of college, not talking to my dad, head was super small, tiny, broken. It was terrible. Suffered. It's funny here now where I'm on, you know, by worldly standards, hey, on top of the world, kind of by worldly standards, none of that I don't think of as suffering. Ponder that a little bit. Suffering's in your perspective. There is no real suffering. You can call that, you know, even good. Oh my God, it's good. I got a raise. Well, where does that raise lead you? Does it put more pressure on your life and your family life and impacts your marriage negatively? You know, it's funny. You can even get muscles. Then you start boasting and bragging and have this lack of humility, this pride, that you lose friendships, you lose relationships, you lose. Isn't that interesting? I guess one of my favorites is, Dan, you can reel this one. Whether you're buried under a pile of crap or a pile of gold, either one can bury you, kill you, drown you. Buried under a pile of gold, buried in a pile of crap. So, you know, but on the other hand, that crap can be used to fertilize an amazing field, and that gold can be used to fertilize amazing people and projects. So it's all just depends on how you look at it and how you use it. That's super, super, super important. My B, C, and 2Fs fueled me, even after my father said, might as well go back. What's the use? It fueled me to make it work. My smallness and my teasing fueled me to add some muscles, okay? I wanted to be successful because I wanted to see and feel what that felt like to go shopping without looking at the price tags. And I wanted to feel what that felt like, so that fueled me. Wealthier people didn't make me feel bad. They fueled me. And so I followed the ones who were smarter and sharper and successful and rode their coattails, so to speak. It's an important piece. So that suffering that you're in, again, I wouldn't go back to I thought my first marriage going to crap with suffering. I was like, I shouldn't say this part. Probably a relief, you know. Well, listen to Garth Brooks. One of my favorite songs, Garth Brooks songs, is Unanswered Prayers. Listen to it. You think it's what you want. God's not answering them for a reason. The question is, will you look at it? Will you look at it and go, maybe it's not meant to be. Thank you very much. By the same token, though, when you're on the top of the mountain and have all the pieces, how do you wield that power? Do you serve others with it? Or do you serve yourself? Ponder that a little bit. Again, Vegas coming up. Private message me. When are you arriving? When are you leaving? Come to Beatles Love. I don't care for any of the Beatles music. Seen the show twice. Can't wait to go again. Here's an interesting piece in so now we've finished Judges, and we're into Samuel, where Samuel then is appointed or appoints the first king, which is Saul, who can't rule to save his life. His desire, isn't this funny how, again, that book, this book, The Call of Today, his desire for material things diverted funds that should be going into the Lord's work. And so personally have my desires for material things diverted funds that should be going into the Lord's work. Or, you know what, even if it's not going to the Lord's work, is it going into the work that you profess that you wanted to chase? Or is it going into things that give you temporary, immediate satisfaction? Or are you willing to plant seeds in your author, Joletta, and your website that are now going to come up 6 months, 9 months later? Are you willing to plant seeds into your social media that then are come up 90 days, 180 later? My muscles were months and months in the work. You know what I mean? This is an interesting piece. Oh, here I want to say this right here. We're talking about. There we go. They're talking about people with power. Then would go into the temple and they would take the best offerings, the finest meats, right? And they would eat them themselves. That's my point. When you have the opportunity, people, you know, so we talked about what are you going to do and not do to get to the goodness that you say you want, or are you going to just sit there and be satisfied and have the tail wag you everywhere? Or are you going to make some sacrifices? Oh, there we go. Are you going to make some choices in your daily activities that are in alignment with where you say you want to be? Otherwise, it'll be, I'm gonna wait for the kids to do this, wait for the kids to do this, wait for the kids to do this. I gotta get rid of that, you know. Then they add a new puppy. That is, what's her name on here? Caitlin? No. Go ahead and add a new puppy. I just wouldn't add one because that would just be crazy town. Or you add a new this and a new that and a new this that are distractions and are not in alignment with where you say you want to be. And I don't call them sacrifices. I call them, I'm just not making poor choices that are going to get me off the rails. But then when you get them, the question is, what do you do with the new body, the new power, the new money, the new faith, the new? Do you use it to serve? Or do you use it to make others feel crappy about themselves so you feel better about yourself? So those are a couple pieces that I wanted to cover. I hope you found some value. I'm going to rip and rock to the gym. Looking forward to it. Rains are done, which I love. That means everything's going to pop super green. I see the trees are budding. I love it. Spring is in the air. But let's enjoy today. Okay? Spring, 30 days, 60 days off, whatever it may be. Let's see what we can do the next 30, 60 minutes. I love to continue to share that with you. It's not about Vegas in the next, whatever it might be, almost 30 days, a little less. It's what can I do the next 30 minutes? It's not thinking about, for sure, more, 90 days. Everyone's excited about more. I don't even know when more is or that it's happening. What I do know is, did I have a tasting party? Did I wear my swag? Did I call somebody, text somebody, invite somebody to come over and collaborate with me? Did I follow up and grow Vegas? Does that make sense? What am I doing in this morning, afternoon, and evening? Repeat, morning, afternoon, and evening. Anyway, I'm going to jump off. Brian Drake, always enjoy seeing you. Love to have you be in the mix. What the heck can I help you with? People, get a hold of me. That's the only way I can help you. Oh, I think someone wanted to Zoom tonight, so we'll probably Zoom for a little bit. Love you. Bye.